How's it going?
Yeah, it's going great. How about you?
Good, good. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Yeah, you to it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
really good.
yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for taking some time and a real quick turnaround as well. I just shot you a note just a couple days back. Hey, you want to jump on and be a guest? And you're like, hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So you're a personal trainer at Everyday Athletes Gym, downtown Vancouver on Homer Street.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so what separates you guys from the rest, do you think?
Well, I'm actually a part owner of the gym as well. And my business partner and I started the business in November 2020, so basically right around COVID
Right,
times.
right. And what were you
Yeah,
doing prior
so
to that? What was paying the bills prior to you starting up that gym? And good on you for doing it.
so yeah, do mostly online training. Um, and then also outside. So if clients wanted to go outside and we were able to, then we'd go out and train outside and like go to the park, set up a tent, rain or shine, get out there, get moving.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's basically what we did. And then it got colder and colder and got pretty lucky with getting a space because everything was a lot cheaper because of COVID too. So
mm,
kind of got right in there and got the space. Um, but yeah, it's been pretty awesome so far.
yeah. And what do you like best about what you're doing, do you think?
Um, I think the best thing about what we're doing is people and helping people from the B, um, and starting out from or starting at a place, but then getting past somewhere where they thought that they could be.
Mm,
And kind of the name everyday athletes we thought about because we wanted to make fitness accessible for everyone and get everybody thinking that they could be an athlete and fitness wasn't just for people that played sports or had been doing it their whole life. And that's kind of why we had that idea of everyday athletes.
no, it's great. Now, so how long have you personally been taking fitness seriously?
Well, I've been a personal trainer since 2011.
Okay, so
So
some quality
a long
time there.
time.
That's a while, 12 years.
And
Yeah.
oh, you're cut out.
I cut out. Oh, I was just saying, yeah,
Oh,
that's a
sorry.
long
Maybe
time. That's a
maybe
long
I cut
time.
out.
12 years, a long time to be a personal trainer for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and I started that when I was going to school for kinesiology and exercise science.
Mhm.
And then I got my degree and became a kinesiologist as well. So yeah, and then we also do athletic therapy and um, kinesiology at the gym too. So people that have ICBC cases or injuries or anything like that.
Wow, busy. So how do you also tackle nutritional plans and stuff at the gym, or do you kind of like coach them in that way? Like, how do you personally approach your nutritional plan, and like, do you meal plan and all that? You're totally paused. There, there you are. There, I was like, your video was like paused. Did, did you
There
catch
we
that?
go. Okay, wait. I'm gonna move my computer closely to the router. I think
For
you
the
said
router.
something about nutrition plans. Okay,
Y-
wait. I'm
Yeah, just
bringing you closer to my router.
okay, cool. Yeah, I was just curious about like how you approach nutritional plans and like do you meal plan? Are you one of those types to do that?
Um, yes and no. So it really depends on the client and what their kind of background is, what they're really wanting out of the training and the program and everything like that. Because sometimes it can be pretty intimidating just to start a fitness program, and then when you add on, you have to eat this and track your food and
Mhm.
eat that and buy this. Then some people kind of get overwhelmed with that. So we want to make fitness as easy as possible and turn it more into a lifestyle of changing smaller things as people go along. So yeah, I mean, if people have had a lot of experience and they've been working before, want to make some changes really quickly, then we can really dive more into the nutrition that way. Other than that, we really focus on smaller changes. Like, sometimes it's hard for people to just get in 8 glasses of water in a day. So that could be a goal
Totally right.
for a week and then check back in with people and see how they go from there. And then add the next goal on top of that.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah.
and why is it so important? I know, but why is it so important for people to drink water and like 2 liters to 4 liters daily? It's not just like a couple glasses, like you're straight up drinking water. Why is it so important?
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Well, water basically makes up most of our body and it helps with every function. Our cells need water to move and to function as well. So if we don't have enough of that, our body's just gonna shut down.
Right,
So easiest thing is to get the water in.
right. Okay, yeah, and that actually ties into something I wanted to talk to you about. One of your recent Instagram videos, you had talked about, the importance of water, the importance of sleep, 7 hours at least of sleep, which is like I don't think I've gotten 7 hours in over 3 decades. But like, the right amount of protein. And there was also something that said increase NEAT, NEAT. What's that?
Yeah, so basically, that is going to be your energy expenditure that you just do throughout the day. So basically, you burn a certain amount of calories just doing nothing. So, like your
Right.
basal metabolic rate. And NEAT is going to be things to help you increase more calories throughout the day. So, like just walking, maybe take the stairs with your groceries instead of hopping in the elevator,
Mm,
or go for a walk around the block, or stand while you're working. All of those little things throughout the day are going to help you increase your overall energy expenditure.
mm. And are you consciously thinking of that stuff or is it just built in at this point now?
I don't really think about it for myself personally, but like even taking the SkyTrain instead of going on the escalator, going up and down the stairs, that those like little things really help to boost the metabolism as well.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because they do say that like the majority of the energy that you will burn through the day is just literally sitting around. Like, you're reading a book, you're burning energy just being human.
Yeah, exactly, exactly, which is pretty cool.
It is cool.
And I think that's another thing for people to really think about and not get too scared of starting an exercise program because all you really do have to do is start with small changes in your lifestyle. So, like some people are like, oh, I got to run for 30 minutes or I got to do intervals or anything like that. But you really just have to move your body a little bit more than you are, and then you're exercising. So,
Right, and what do they say? It's
like,
something like, do it 20 times and it's a habit and you're off and running at that point.
yeah, exactly,
Like, what's 20 times?
exactly.
That's like a month. That's a month just Monday to Friday and take the weekends off. Who can
Yeah.
do that?
Yeah, not even a month.
Yeah,
It's pretty incredible. And the cool thing is I think it's important for people to write down when they do stuff too. So just like the Google Calendar app, write down, be like, okay, I did this today. And then you get to look back at your whole month and be like, sweet, okay,
crushed it.
I accomplished that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or you know what? It's a good indication to be like, oh, maybe I only got in 10 of the 21 that I can do this time. Next month, I can do 15. So you can just have a barrier or a checkpoint to see where you're at and then track your progress over time.
right. Give yourself a high five or give yourself a kick in the ass. One of the two.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
how about you personally? How often are you working out every week?
Every week I try to get in about 5 days of lifting, and then I'll do some other type of cardio or walking,
Mm,
usually on the same day as that too. So I have a dog. She's a big dog. She's a lab retriever.
okay.
So she is my most important client of the day.
Yeah. So
So
she
we
puts you
get
on some
about an
walks, I'm sure,
hour of
daily, right? Like my dog, I have a golden retriever, and yeah, he's ready to go anytime, anytime.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I
So
get at least an hour of movement with her a
with
day.
her, yeah. What are your cheat foods?
Um, I would say my favorite thing is poutine.
Oh yeah. Where's your
Yeah,
favorite in the city?
Fritz poutine.
Okay.
It's the best. And then also just making it at home because you can load it with whatever you want to.
What do you do?
Um,
How do you do it up at home?
Cut up some potatoes, fry them up, put on as much cheese as you can.
Yeah,
I
I
usually
love
like to
poutine
put
too.
some ground beef or something on top of it too, but yeah, and then load it up with gravy. But yeah, that's got to be probably my favorite cheat meal. But again, like I don't think too much about that because I can have it fairly regularly because I'm moving pretty often. And
Right.
as long as I'm getting in as much protein as I need on a daily basis, and I'm not eating poutine every single day,
Yeah. You'll be all
then
right.
then it's good. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure you guys get this a lot at the gym, but like, what do you say to people, and how do you get people motivated that just are lost in motivation? They don't have it. They're not ready to go. Like, how do you approach that?
Yeah. Um, that's tough because it, people have some intrinsic motivation if they sign up for personal training and pay the money for it. There is some like they're taking action with themselves to do that. So I don't know if you've heard of the trans theoretical model of change before, but there's like your pre-contemplation phase where you haven't even thought of making a change with yourself, and then contemplation, and then you start to take action, and then basically you can slip back, mess up a little bit, and then you can go on. So it's not like a linear thing. You can kind of go back and forth between that. But I like to think of people that are signing up for training or starting the fitness program really in that action phase. Um, so they do have some kind of motivation. And if you can go back to why they started and what's important for them to make that change in the first place, then you can really keep people going. Because
Mm,
if it's just to say lose weight because your doctor said so, it's going to be really easy to quit because someone else is telling you. Whereas if I need to be able to walk up the stairs because I gotta help my kids get ready for school in the morning and do something else throughout the day, or I gotta be able to, wipe down the kitchen and cook and clean for myself and my family, then that's when you really can make a change for yourself. You got to find what's important for the person.
yeah. So it's basically just a gentle reminder of the core of why they signed up to do it in the first place. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you lived here in Vancouver?
Forever. I
Nice.
was born here.
They'll say, "Oh, no way,
Yeah.
really? Oh, wow, I don't meet many of those anymore."
Yeah. Yeah, I was born in St. Paul's Hospital.
Okay,
So
well,
basically right downtown Vancouver. Grew up
yeah,
here, went to school in East Vancouver, and yeah, went to UBC and then University of Winnipeg and then back to Vancouver again. I
yeah, yeah.
escaped Winnipeg.
Of course, right? Yeah, well, that sounds like the path of my oldest. He was born in St. Paul's. I go to school here in East Vancouver, and I would love to see him, do some post-secondary. That'd be pretty cool. So what do you do on your days off then? Since you're a Vancouverite, of course, then you would know everything about here then.
Yeah. One, I sleep in. So for me,
Yeah.
that's like 7, 8 a.m.
Yeah,
ish.
right? Yeah.
Uh, because I'm so used to waking up so early. So
What time you
um
normally get up then?
I just like 5.
5? What?
Yeah.
Wow. It's a bit
Yeah,
early.
get up at 5, start clients at 6, and then I usually train from 6 till 12-ish, 2 at the latest.
Mhm.
Um, and then yeah, days off, just kind of hang out, make breakfast, take the dog out, try to take it as easy as possible. And if it's sunny, make it to the beach. I like to go to the Kids Dog Beach a lot, and Jericho, or I guess Spanish Banks.
Spanish, yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, hang out with friends, try to stay outside as much as possible.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
that's
getting
pretty
easier
much
to
it
do
because
that now, isn't it?
Vancouver,
What a crazy couple of years.
yes.
Oh my God. What did we live through? It's
Yeah,
mental.
yeah, I know. It's been like super crazy. Even with the snow this year too, it's super weird.
Yeah, it was weird, yeah. All right, Annie, let's get outside of fitness and what you're known for. Hit me with the music in your house as a kid. Like what were you listening to? What were your parents playing? What were you being exposed to?
Oh my goodness. I grew up in a like very Christian household.
Mm,
So Praise 106.5 was
okay.
like on 24/7. With my mom, my dad. Actually, my mom still listens to that. If ever I go in the car with her, she loves it.
Right.
But for me personally, I like pretty much anything. Like, uh, my sister was probably a big influence with most things. But I listened to like, I don't know, rap, rock, pop,
Mm,
literally anything. Even now, I'll put something on, and be like, oh yeah, that sounds cool.
yeah.
Listen to that. Like anything between, I don't know, Justin Bieber and Slipknot.
Nice.
So
Nice. Love it. And so
yeah,
older
good
sister or younger
mix.
sister?
Yeah, an older sister.
Older sister, okay. How much by how much?
Yeah, 8 years.
8 years. Holy shit, that's a big difference.
So I was the annoying little sister.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And what was the first concert that you went to?
What was the first concert that I went to? You know what? I don't even remember. I didn't really go to that many concerts as a kid. I think the the most recent con was quite a few years ago when The Weekend was here.
Oh, you saw that.
Um, and yeah, I haven't been to too many. I liked, what's that?
I said, "Oh, you saw that the weekend show."
Sorry, what did you say?
I said, "Oh, you
Hmm.
saw that the
Yeah,
weekend show." Yeah. Yeah, I heard it was good. Uh, do you have a celebrity crush?
yeah. So I'd say that's probably the last. No,
No. Like, no. I know you're like, "Dude, I'm not
no, I don't
16.
think so.
Come on." Are are you a gambler? You bet on anything?
Um, Not really. I'll buy a lottery ticket every once in a while. Hope for the
I know,
50
right?
million.
What would be the first thing you would do after you set up all your family and all that? And like, what would be the first frivolous thing you do?
I think the first thing I would do would be go traveling to as many places as I could, probably.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been to that many places. So yeah, I just want to see the world and like experience it because I feel like I've been working so much and you only get a certain amount of time off that it's really hard to experience other cultures and places until you have the time and the money to just go somewhere for a month or 2 months or a year or whatever.
I know. Like, I think I'd make a very good rich person.
Yeah.
I do the same.
Where would
I
be
would
the
do the
first
same.
go?
Yeah, I would do the same thing. I would just travel the world and like not worry about the money and all that, right? Like they say it can't buy you happiness, but it sure can buy you a lot of shit.
Totally. Yeah. And, you're able to make a lot of other people happier and your life easier. So,
Yeah, yeah. Are you into sports? Are you watching the NHL playoffs? Do you care? Canucks are out, of course.
uh, I mean, no, not really. I do like sports. I played soccer growing up. And I mean, I'll go to a game. It's always fun. I love being around my friends and everybody else that's super into it. One of my girlfriends and her husband are super into football. So
Oh yeah,
the Super Bowl, they usually like rent out a big space and have a big thing going on for that as well every year. But myself personally, I don't really follow that many sports.
yeah, yeah. Fair. I only do hockey and the UFC fights. That's it. All right, I'll respect your time here. Excuse me. I'll respect your time here, Annie, and ask you a couple more questions, and we'll wrap it up.
Sure.
What are you binge watching lately?
Um, okay, I'm watching Yellow Jackets currently.
Oh, I
It's
heard
a
that's
very weird
quite good.
show. It is. It is good. And then The Mandalorian as well.
Yeah, this is the way.
So those, yeah.
Big time. So,
Yeah, so those are the two that are on.
yeah, so you're obviously a huge Star Wars fan if you're zipping into the Mandalorian, right?
Yeah, I'm just finished it, I think, the last one.
Yeah, I haven't watched the last one yet. So,
But yeah,
you, do you also
it's
get
good.
into the whole
It's a
Star
really, it's a really good one. I want to watch the ones as
the which ones? You want to watch the which?
the
Oh,
Boba
I
Fett
know.
ones.
Oh, I know. It's gonna be so good. That you like that controlled my life as a kid. Like that was the it was Star Wars when I was a little kid, Transformers at about the 11, 12, 13, 14 years old. Like
Yeah.
it just monopolized my time.
So good. And I recently just got ACL reconstruction surgery in October, so I rewatched all of the Lord of the Rings too. So
Oh
like from the
yes.
beginning,
Nice.
and then all of the Rings of Power too. So I was just like, oh my God,
Holy man.
straight
Great
through.
series though. What was that like getting that
So
ACL
good.
done? Holy crap, that's not good, right?
Uh, Not good. So it's almost been a year since the initial injury. I injured it in on May long weekend last year.
Mm,
And then I had to wait 5 months to get the surgery. And then it was basically like re-injuring it, but worse. So the rehab for it was like way worse than the original injury. It was very painful.
h- how
But
did you
now I'm
initially?
about 6 months post-op.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So you're good. You're
Uh,
strong
yeah.
now. But how did you initially injure it? Just easy to tear those things too, right?
Yeah, mine wasn't that easy. I was playing soccer and another player went through my knee with her foot. And so, yeah, pretty much everything that crossed the knee joint was broken. So MCL, LCL, sides had like a joint surface fracture on the femur. So yeah, it wasn't pretty.
No. When will you be 100%?
Probably around July or August, I should be cleared to do most things again, like play sports, and most looking forward to going snowboarding again this year. So
Yeah.
yeah, just a couple more months.
Nice. And it could be the toughest thing I'll ask you, but maybe you've got a standout memory for you. But what is your career highlight so far? Pick just one thing.
Um, I'd say I'd say opening the gym for sure
Mm,
has been my career highlight. Because that's something that I've been working towards for a long time. Like I'd say I did 10 years ago, I wrote down like a 5 year, 10-year kind of goal. And the gym was on that piece of paper. I have it somewhere. Um, and I like wrote that down and I finally got to check that off when we got to open our doors. So that was really exciting for me.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, it's almost time for me to write in a new
Oh, you always
10
got to
year goal.
continually keep
Thank
pushing
you.
yourself. Set those goals. If you don't have goals, like how are you
Yeah,
going to hit them if you don't
exactly.
have them, right? You got to hit goals. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the rest of 23 looking like for you?
Um, 2023, I'm hoping that we can sign another few years on our lease at the gym, keep growing,
Mhm,
and kind of expand more into the online space with our trainers as well. And then get some more sport specific training. We do the testing for BC soccer um, youth teams. So add hopefully a few more into that as well. And then me personally, I think just experience life. There's a lot of fun stuff in Vancouver. So I like to look up things that are happening, go to, the festivals and like night markets and other stuff like that. So fill my calendar with that and hanging
mhm.
out with all the people that I care about.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the biggest thing for me and relax a little.
Yeah, if you can fit that in too, why not, right? You should try to make it out to one of our live shows. We do shows at the Blue Light Studio, East Vancouver once a month.
All right, it's going in my notes.
May 20th is our next show. Emily Chambers. You'll love her. She's great. She's from Vancouver, but moved recently to Nashville, and she's coming back to just do this show. So I'll tell you, check out Emily Chambers. All right,
Okay.
Annie, you are at Van City AA on both Instagram and Twitter. Your gym's website is everydayathletesgym.com. Anything else?
No, it's been
Awesome.
awesome. I didn't really know what to expect jumping on here. So I'm glad that we got a chance to talk.
Short and painless, like I said. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, it's great.
Thank you again for jumping on, Annie. And I guess we'll see you online and at the gym.